welcome back to a new episode and new video. Today we are checking out tornadoes of 2018. This page documents non-able tornadoes and tornado outbreaks worldwide. In 2018, the strongest and destructive tornadoes formed mostly frequently in the United States, Brazil, Bangladesh, and eastern India, but they can occur almost anywhere under the right conditions. Tornadoes also develop incessantly in southern Canada during the northern summer and somewhat regularly at other times of the year across Europe, Asia, Argentina, and Australia. Tornadic events also accommodated with other forms of severe weather, including strong thunderstorms, strong winds, and hail. There were 1,169 permanently filated reports tornadoes and 1,221 confirmed tornadoes in the United States in 2018 worldwide. 17 tornadoes related to deaths were confirmed, 10 in the United States, 4 in Brazil, 2 in Indonesia, and 1 in Canada. The United States saw near average numbers of tornadoes but record low numbers of strong EF2, EF5s. Tornadoes 2018 was the only year since reliable records keep beginning in the 1950s in which no officially violated EF4, EF5 tornadoes occurred in the United States. 2018 also had the lowest number of tornado-related fatalities on record in the United States. In contrast to the United States, Canada experienced above average numbers of strong tornadoes, including the only official rated violent tornado of the year. Okay, let's see. Let's check the February 24th Kentucky tornado. Here is the February 24th event. There is a EF2, a EF0. There's also a EF1, another EF1, a EF2, and there's a EF1, a EF2, a EF0, EF1, 3 EF0s, a EF1, a EF1, another EF1. I think this EF1 was in Kentucky, and there's another EF1, another a EF0, and an EF2, and an EF1, another EF0, and there's also an EF2 in eastern Clarksville. And there's also another EF0, another EF1, and another EF1, and another EF0, a EF2, and a EF1, a EF1, another EF1, and there's also a EF0. And then there's a EF0, a EF1, a EF0. This one was in Tahalua. And this is a EF1, EF0, EF2, EF0, and there's 3 EF0s and an EF1, EF0, EF1, 2 EF0s, an EF1, and there's another EF1 and a EF0. There's also a EF2 southwest of Leicester to east-southeast of Aldermore, and there's an EF1 west of Owl Ridge Grove to east of Speaky. There's a more EF1s, a EF0, a EF2 northeast of Douglas to southwest of Albertville, and there's also a EF0, EF1, a EF2 northeast of Asheville to northeast of Achete, and there's a EF1, a EF3 that I did not get, and there is a EF0 and an EF1, and there's an EF2 northwest of Fairburn, and there is a EF0, another EF0, two more EF0s, a EF0, a EF1, a EF1, another EF1, and another EF1. There's also two more EF1s and two EF0s. There's a EF0 in Woodsboro and a EF0 in Holiday Beach, Texas. And there's also another EF1 here, two more EF0s, and a lot more EF1s. And there's another EF0. Let's see this. April 14th, Louisiana. So, I guess this is the April 14th event. This is a EF1 southwest of Shreveport to north of Princeton. Here's a EF0, two EF1s, a EF2 east of Bryceland. There's an EF1, a EF1, more EF1s, and there's also a EF1 east of Mer Rouge, and there's also an EF2, EF0, EF1, EF0, another EF1, a EF2, there's an EF1, a EF0, 0. There's also EF1, more EF1, another EF0, a EF2, a EF0, two more EF0s, and three EF1s. Tyler, get your feet off me. There's also EF0 and EF1, and there's an EF2 and a EF0. There's also a EF1, another EF1, two EF0s, and an EF1, and there is a EF2 eastern Greensboro to northeast of Ruffin. And there's also a EF1 and another EF1, and here is the EF3 in Timberlake to Lake Lynchburg to northwest of Amherst. And there's the EF0 and the EF1 and another EF1. Here is the May 15th New York outbreak, I think, but it was only one death. Yeah, here is that one that happened in New York, but it wasn't actually in New York. It was in a different part of New York. And they got some other ones that was also in New York. A lot of EF0s and EF1s. Here's a EF2 in east of Federal, Wyoming, and more EF0s and a lot of EF1s. You know, I don't even see a lot of EF4s on here, and it's supposed to be some. Here is the July 9th North Dakota outbreak, and probably the Virginia outbreak is with it as well. Here is a EF0, a EF2, and some more EF1s and EF0s, and an EF2 and another EF2, and an EF1 and an EF3, and another EF3, and some more EF1s and EF0s. And here is the EF1 right here, east of Deer Trail. was there for that one. And there is this EF3 southwest of Douglas, Wyoming. And here, and this is EF2, EF2, and this is that. That's that thing right there. Here is the September 17th Virginia outbreak. I don't really think it was nothing with that one there. I don't even think it was nothing with that outbreak. I don't even think they had a lot.
Don't hit me hard.
Here's a lot of EF zeros and EF ones, and here's the EF2 and EF zeros and more EF ones. And here's an EF2 in southern Morristown. And here's another EF2 in northwestern Faribault. And here is some more. And here is the October outbreak with more EF2s. And here's more EF2s. And here is some more EF zeros and EF ones. And also here is some more EF zeros and EF ones. And here is the EF2 that was southwest of Cristobal. And here are some more EF ones and EF zeros. And here is the EF2 of Alexandria to northwest Jenna. And yeah, that's about that.
Okay, you let me go.
And then there is some more. Here is the Maryland tornado.
Beautiful. No, it's not beautiful.
And here are some EF1s and some more EF2s.
No, your scarf off.
And wait a minute, I think there's an EF4 in this. Let me see. It was it was not November. I think it was in December. They had an EF4.
Come on!
Yeah, I see a lot of EF3s, but no EF4s.
Turn around. Where that bonnet is?
Louisiana event report of an EF0.
Cause your hair look old already.
Who's that water bottle?
I ain't doing that over again.
And now here's the November 6th outbreak. Okay, I think they got some other things. Oh, alright. Well, then that's that then. And here is the December 1st Missouri outbreak. Southern Monty.
Well, we can watch it if we want to, bro.
And it's like that.
No, you're not finna. No,
Zero. And here's the EF2. And then EF3 southeast of Palmer to Taylorville.
Get out my face. You leave me already.
And EF0 and the EF2.
I would simply say no and ask her to marry me instead. Get back!
Yeah, well, that's that. Well, guys, thanks for enjoying this episode of Tornadoes of 2018. More episodes will be dropping tomorrow.